Sobriety has absolutely changed my life, and I just can't wait to tell you all about it. I'm Jade. I live in the northeast of Scotland and I am almost 5 years sober, and I have decided to start my YouTube journey. I have been posting on TikTok and Instagram for about 4 years, and I just decided that I had so much to say about sobriety that I wanted to start posting on YouTube, because I want the opportunity to do longer videos, connect with people on a deeper level, and I guess YouTube's the place to do that. So I'm going to give it a go. So without further ado, I thought I would just start creating content and start getting it out there and see what people think. I would absolutely love if you stuck around. If you find this video, please hit subscribe, because I have so much that I want to share with you. I want to help others find sobriety. If you are sober curious and you've been thinking about it for a while, hopefully some of the things that I'm going to talk about will resonate with you and make you feel less alone in how you're feeling, because I guarantee it, if you have been feeling it, I've been there too. I have gone through a huge life change over the last sort of 5 years. I'm going to start by introducing myself. I'm Jade. I live with my partner and my 2 children in the northeast of Scotland in Aberdeenshire. I have a daughter who's 8 and a son who's currently 14 months. I have a massive love for sobriety and everything that it brings me in my life. And that's why after 5 years almost, I'm still talking about it. I still want to share the joy and all the good and the bad and the ugly and the exciting and the fun and the life-changing bits and just everything that comes with living an alcohol-free lifestyle. I think that more and more people are becoming intrigued by it and want to know more. And I think that so I'm 36, and being a 30-something woman in Scotland who doesn't drink is quite unusual, isn't it? Let's face it. Most Scottish people are big boozers. We love a drink. I used to love a drink. Let me tell you, I'll explain more about how much I used to love a drink in another video. I found this life and I never thought that I would be where I am. I want to break down the stigma of being a sober person. Oh, it's not this kind of boring, uninspiring, dull life. It's the absolute opposite. And I promise you, if anyone was skeptical about sobriety, it was me. I was so unconvinced that sobriety was ever going to be a lifestyle choice that I would make. I knew that my drinking was becoming a problem. I probably knew that I had an unhealthy relationship with alcohol since I started drinking, but never in my wildest dreams would I have chosen sobriety, because to me, being a sober person meant being a boring person, a dull person, and someone who didn't have any fun. I am here to show you on this page, and by talking and sharing snippets of my life and my experiences with you, I want to show you that sobriety is the opposite of what I believed it would be. And I just cannot wait to get to know some of you, share experiences. If you're a sober person or you're sober curious, I would love it if you left some comments in the comment section so that I can get to know you a bit. Who's going to be my first subscribers? Can we be pals? I want to talk to you guys on these videos like I'm talking to my pal, you know? That's my aim. Is just to create a community in here of like-minded sober or sober curious people who are making one another feel less alone in this sober thing that we're doing. You are a minority and it does take guts. You are going against the grain, you're stepping away from the crowd and you're doing something really, really brave. And to say, I'm not going to drink on this night out, can be quite scary, especially to begin with. So I want to cover so much that will help with nights out, with navigating friendships, with big life events like weddings, hen weekends, Christmases, holidays. I want to share my journey into the dating world and relationships and how I met my partner as a sober person. So I've been with my partner for around 4 years now, and he's never known me to have a drink because I met him as a sober person. We went for our first date in a bar and I had a mocktail, and so we've gone through all the firsts of a new relationship. We've had a child together, and it's just been so fulfilling because every single day in that relationship I have brought nothing but my raw, authentic, slightly chaotic, often hormonal, up and down and all over the shop self, and he still loves me for it. Woo! I'm currently in a different period in my sobriety, I would say, because I am... Can you still refer to yourself as postpartum 14 months after having a baby? I'm going to say it. You know, I'm still navigating the world as a new mum again. And after having a big break between my two children, that has been a shock to the system. And I would say sobriety has been probably harder this last year than it has for a while, because I was using a lot of different coping mechanisms for staying sober, like exercise, particularly running and weightlifting, and you know, just having that time to be a bit selfish and focus on yourself. And I think when you have a baby, that all goes out the window and your entire being is dedicated to this tiny little beautiful person that you have created. And so the last 14 months have been very much dedicated to, you know, breastfeeding and raising my baby. And as much as I have absolutely adored that time, I have a massive sensitivity to hormone changes, and I have found the postpartum hormone spikes and crashes, and it's been a roller coaster. And I have at times wished that I could pour myself a nice cold glass of Sauvignon Blanc, but I haven't, because I have done this for long enough that I know in those moments you have to play the tape forward, remember why you're doing this, and every day that I find hard, or it's a challenge, or I'm facing myself in a way that feels quite raw and I don't particularly like how I'm feeling in that day, I always try and reframe it that those are the days you're making the most progress. Because on the hardest days, when you're feeling really rubbish and you still don't drink, well, what's more empowering than that? You're getting through these hard days without drinking alcohol, and that to me is a massive win. So yeah, I feel like I'm going from strength to strength in my sobriety, although I have had a tough time the last year. Not once have I actually been close to drinking, because it's just not part of my world anymore, and I'm very proud of that. So, standard Jade, you will learn this about me. I will start talking and you'll struggle to get me to shut up, but that's probably why YouTube's a good thing, isn't it? I'm going to stop there, but I'm excited to be here, and I cannot wait to share all the sobriety chat, as well as some lifestyle stuff and life in Scotland and some funnies. I don't take life too seriously. I like to have a good laugh, and I like to take the piss out of myself. It will be quite lighthearted, but also I have done a lot of work on myself and I've done a lot of therapy. So I have so much that I want to talk about. This is where I get excited about something and then I'm just like, I've got so much that I want to get out of here and into the world. So bear with me. I'll try and do it in a logical order, but come along for the ride if you fancy. Thank you for watching. I cannot wait to see you again. Please click subscribe and give me a thumbs up if you found this video enjoyable.